Your starters here in heat number 2, the modified sedan state title for 2020-2021. Peter Fraser in the Civil Hiring Falcon, car number 2. His young son, Brandon Fraser, winning the opening heat race of the weekend. Three-car team this weekend for the Civil Hirings team from the northern suburbs of Perth. He starts from pole position to his outside. For ball bodybuilders, he's been twice fourth in this event. That's Callum Ball from Albany's Atwell Park. Also from Albany is car number 14, Laurie Dowsett, as Morgan alluded to, won the Blackman Fabrications WA Modified Sedan Series round here just prior to Christmas. Adam Howson from Bunbury will start on the outside of the second row. Rick Mazzara and Kevin Element from row 3 in their 2 Commodores. Nathan Penn in 57 and the 96 all the way from Karratha. Jack McCauley, your 8 starters in heat number 2 of this year's Modified Sedan State title. And Peter Fraser, the car just straightened up mid-corner. Got to the side of Adam Howson and Callum Ball like a flash out of a cannon. Leads them down the back straight into turn number 3 in the Holden Commodore. For ball bodybuilders down there on the south coast of Western Australia, it's Ball who will lead the opening circulation of 10 from Peter Fraser, the Falcon. Just mishandling a little bit at the moment. The Civil Hirings entry. He's got Laurie Dowsett and also Adam Houston in car number 18, the veteran from the Bunbury Car Club. Look at Adam Houston getting busy on the inside of Laurie Dowsett. The 2 Falcons side by side as they enter turn number 3. Alson just had to give Laurie Dowsett a bit of room, and all of a sudden the Crane Corp Commodore of Rick Mazzara trying to work his way into the top 4 from Kevin Element, Nathan Penn, and the ODH Mechanical Commodore of Jack McCauley rounds out 8 very fast SSA modified sedans, hustling around the Make Spring History Collie Speedway at the moment here in Heat 2 of the weekend, brought to you by Surprise Meat Market here in Collie. It's Callum Ball, 4th in 2011 in Broome, and he was 4th again at Mount Barker in 2017 in this event to go with a 5th place finish at Carnarvon in 2012 as Howson and Dowsett just get together on the exit of turn number 2, and Kevin Element and Nathan Penn have made contact. In fact, Nathan Penn has rode over the left rear wheel of the 31 Commodore of Kevin Element, and we'll get our first stoppage of the weekend in this year's Modified Sedan State title under a yellow caution light with just 2 laps completed and 8 remaining. Just appeared as though Dowsett and Howson just got together a little bit as they exited turn number 2. And you can see the war wound on the right front corner of car number 18 of Adam Houston. It's a little bit busy up front between Peter Fraser, Laurie Dowsett and Adam Houston, all in Ford Falcons. The leader, but the Element name very famous in Speedway circles here in the West. And Kevin actually himself finishing runner-up in this event in 2008 at Kalgoorlie, where he led for a long way and was actually passed late in the proceedings by Brendan Selleck. And the 31 Commodore, he resides at Golden Bay, just to the north of Mandurah, will restart in P5. Nathan Penn, great to see Nathan back after taking a couple of years away. And the number 57 Falcon did win the Modified Sedan Series in 2018-2019. That one come down to the wire between himself, Matt Noakes, and also Brandon Fraser that particular year, and has only contested this event on one occasion previously, where he finished 3rd in 2017 when it was held at Mount Barker. So great to see Nathan back behind the wheel of any Speedway car, but in particular a modified sedan for this weekend's state title. And he's able to restart with nothing more than a little bit of a cosmetic damage to the right front corner of car 57, but 7 laps remain. And Peter Fraser actually set the quick time of the race so far at 20.535. But Callum Ball did get out to 1.2 seconds back to Pete Fraser. Peter Fraser starting in this division in the early 90s when him and his brother Rob Fraser used to venture down from when they were based at Newman in those Cortinas back in the day, and they've progressed through the Ford ranks. His 2 sons with the latest and greatest from the Ford factory. Pete racing this weekend in the EL Falcon for Civil Hirings. Has he got something for our race leader, Callum Ball, who'd like to start the weekend with a heat race win? The Bill Gibbs Excavations Commodore leads them to the green flag, back underway. 7 laps remain here in Heat 2 of this year's state title, and straight away, Peter Fraser straight to the inside of Callum Ball with an outstanding pass down the inside. Ball trying to go back with the Falcon of Peter Fraser, but Fraser has the lead as they hustle their way into turn number 3. Very tight pack as Rick Mazzara, brilliant outside pass around the outside of Laurie Dowsett, moves up into 3rd place in the Crane Corp Commodore. Laurie Dowsett fighting back on the low line, and Nathan Penn is up into 5th, and look at Jack McCauley, Adam Howson and Kevin Element all trying to get amongst it. Modified sedan racing from the top shelf at the moment. They're 2 and 3 right through the field, and we're halfway home this time around. It's Peter Fraser trying to do what his son Brandon did in the previous heat race and get 36 points in the bank. It's Pete Fraser who leads from Callum Ball, and Rick Mazzara, the two Commodores, second and third from Laurie Dowsett, who hasn't done a whole lot of racing in recent times. He's been putting this Falcon together bit by bit down at his Albany base, and it's a serious weapon. It's very fast. It's a 14 Falcon of Laurie Dowsett. Sits in fourth from Nathan Penn, Kevin Ellerman, Adam Houston, and Jack McCauley all the way from Karratha. Rounds him out as Nathan Penn to the outside of Laurie Dowsett. The two Falcons, the two pink machines, muscling each other as they head down the back straight into turn number 3 through Palmer's corner. Penn to the low line on Dowsett. Dowsett fighting back on the outside. Two guys that did a bit of junior sedan racing against each other back in the day down at Albany, and they're going at it here in Heat 2 of the modified sedan state title here in Collie, as Dowsett now has designs on third place, ranges up alongside of Rick Mazzara, but there'll be two laps remaining this time around from Peter Fraser. What a start to the weekend will be for the Fraser race team if they win the opening 2 heats of this year's state title. It's Peter Fraser leading by 1.1 seconds back to Callum Ball. Rick Mazzara and Laurie Dowsett having a great battle for third. Nathan Penn in fifth from Adam Houston. He's worked his way back into sixth after being sent rear of the field earlier in the race. Jack McCauley and Kevin Ellerman looks like he's got a drama. He's slowing and has fell back to the tail of the field in car number 31. But just one lap remains here in Heat 2, the modified sedan state title, and Peter Fraser will head off down past the Collie Machine Shop zone into turn number 3 for the final occasion. And it's going to be Fraser's. They're going to find victory lane in the opening 2 heat races of the weekend. It'll be Peter Fraser, your victor from Callum Ball. Laurie Dowsett with a beautiful outside pass to get third on the final circulation as Rick Mazzara just slowed in the concluding stages. Mazzara handed fourth place to Nathan Penn in the end. Rick Mazzara will be fifth from Adam Houston, Jack McCauley and Kevin Ellerman. But Peter Fraser got the winning move done on that opening lap after that stoppage. We had a stoppage after 3 laps. Callum Ball had got out to a handy lead, got brought back to the field, made one mistake, and Peter Fraser, who's a wily veteran of modified sedan racing, been racing this particular division for the best part of 25 years, started in Ford Cortinas and has progressed through the ranks and had some very nice machinery over the journey. And the Frasers put a huge amount into modified sedan racing here in the West. And Peter Fraser, he'll be hoping for a strong weekend from all the 3 cars in the field. And Luke Fraser, his other son in the field, is coming up in Heat 3 in a few moments' time. But Peter Fraser has come close in the years gone by, Morgan, to winning this event. And wouldn't surprise if he was on the podium tomorrow night.
Not bad of a start for the Fraser family, as it's the second time they head to the top shelf, and this time it's the old man Pete that takes the win. And you just don't want to show your son up, don't you?
Oh, I can't do everything, but no, it's a bit tough out there. It's a little bit rough at the minute, but should come in well.
And that's the best thing. I mean, you've been here plenty of times before. You know how much these 36 points mean.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been out plenty of times, but not for the last 10 years. Oh, sorry. I did the Broome title a couple of years ago, but yeah, as you know, I've been out of the seat for a while, so no, always good to start, but same deal, got to capitalise off the front.
You're not sweating, that's the main thing. That's the biggest thing after 10 laps. A lot of people like to thank.
Yeah, obviously all my family. This is Brandon's car, so he's lent me this for the weekend. But yeah, everyone that supports us. But yeah, there's heaps of people to thank. Obviously, Civil Hirings, CAD-Cut, LF Graphics, yeah, everyone that supports us, the whole Fraser family, we all get involved, so thank you.
That's the biggest thing. Family always comes first, and the Fraser family get 2 wins to start the night in round number 1, as this is round